Hello and welcome to the United Stand. I'll always do a show for you. I will always do a show for you at 8:30 if I can. And the reality is tonight that well, let's get into it in a minute. Let's talk about Manchester United transfer news. And the United transfer news is pretty simple, and actually it's quite encouraging tonight that nobody has a clue. Nobody has a clue, and I'm absolutely ecstatic. I'm ecstatic about this tonight because we were told on Monday that Matic would sign in 48 hours. We were told on Tuesday night that Morata would sign in 48 hours. And let's be absolute, let's not beat about the bush. There is no clue in any press, UK, Italian, Mars, whatever. No one's got a bloody clue what Manchester United are doing. And I think that is quite encouraging because for all this, look, the United Stand, I don't think people grasp what the United Stand is. It's always been a fan channel. It's always been driven by fans. It's run by fans. And if I get any information or anyone else gets any information, I will tell you. I told you 3 weeks ago, about a week before Lindelof, that we'd been told he was definitely going to sign. And what did I say? I'm not going to put my hat on it. I'm not going to say it's going to happen because I've had my fingers burnt before. It turned out to be true. We will feed that into you if we get any information. And as I said to you all week, I've got nothing. No one's telling me anything. All I'm getting is that Bale could happen to United. I don't believe that will happen. I'm not getting anything about Morata. I'm not getting anything about Matic or Perisic. Nothing. So we are building this based on what the press are telling us. And I think we can all pretty much sit comfortably today and say, nonsense, absolute nonsense. And it's, in many ways it's encouraging, but in many ways it's sad as well because we as Manchester United fans are being mugged off for varying different reasons. And I've had people, let me just read this out. Mark, I hope you get cancer. I'd love to phone in on to Skype Goldbridge and tell you how shit you are at your transfer news. You get everything wrong. I hate you and I hate your channel, and I can't wait to tell everybody who watches this channel what a mug you are. In response to that, thank you. I watch a lot of things I don't like. I wouldn't wish the C word on anybody for a start. I'm not that vindictive. Two, I think we've always been pretty clear that the United Stand is a fan channel and we've got a fan community here. And what we do, like last night about the Fabinho news, which I said was probably nonsense, but we respond to it and we talk about it collectively because there is no gap between whatever the press want to put out and us, the fans. So we try to fill that gap and communicate together as a community. That's what the United Stand is about, and we talk about stuff. I don't remember anything this summer I've pinned my hat on other than Griezmann, which I think we can all collectively say he pulled out at the very last minute. I've not said we're definitely going to sign Morata. I feel we will sign Morata at some point. I've got nobody telling me we're going to do that. And I think if you don't understand what the United Stand is, then to be honest with you, don't wish I get some death illness on me. Just don't watch the channel. We are all Manchester United fans. We are all talking about the club we love. Just back off. Don't inflict that hate onto me or the evilness that's within you. I mean, just chill out. We are Manchester United fans. I don't know what Manchester United are going to do. In one way, I find it encouraging because we don't know what they're going to do, and maybe we're not going to sign Matic, and maybe we are trying to sign Nainggolan. And the other way, it's sad because everybody's got different levels of intelligence, and some people will read this Daily Star tomorrow and it says we're going to sign Messi and Ronaldo, and they'll believe it, and it sells papers to do it. As I predicted 4 days before we got linked to Harry Kane, I'll predict something for you now. Portugal are out of the Confederations Cup. I'll guarantee you, over the next few days into the weekend, we'll be linked Ronaldo big time again. We'll be linked with signing Ronaldo big time again in the next 4 days. Guaranteed. I'll put any money on it. Doesn't mean we're signing him, but that's the way the press will work it, because that will bring in a load of clicks to whatever article they run about Ronaldo to United. Ronaldo could sign for United, but I'll guarantee you that will be run as well. I'm not answering I'm not answering articles about how much I've had to drink, because if you follow the United Stand on Twitter, I had a choice to make tonight. I'll hold my hands up. I finished one job. I start a new job on Monday. I've been out this afternoon for a few drinks. Boo-hoo. You know what? Western civilization, big up. Freedom. I can go out for a few drinks after work. Woo. I have a choice whether to do United Stand tonight or not. I want to do United Stand tonight because we always do the United Stand. We always talk about football. If I'm a little bit slower than I normally am, boo-hoo. I'll do it. And I still stand by everything I've said, that I can't report to you tonight about anything, which is why I'm actually going to go live and talk about what you want to talk about, because that's what the United Stand's all about. What I am actually struggling with, and I'm not happy about, is whilst I'm talking to you lot, I do actually want to order a Chinese, because about 10 o'clock I'm thinking sweet and sour chicken balls, egg fried rice, and a bit of Only Fools and Horses would be perfect for what I would like to do tonight. So I'm sort of thinking that as well, but I can multitask. I can do that, you know. Of course I can. So my first question I'm going to take from the live comments tonight. Open the doors, and the scores on the doors are... let's have a look. I wonder if you're... tirade. I don't want to talk about work. I want to talk about football. Forever United says Nainggolan is my dream midfielder. He can teach youth talent. Look, I've been laughing personally to myself inside my head today, however that works, that I have been working personally. I have been laughing to myself today because the simple reason is this: as I click sweet and sour chicken balls, Nainggolan is 29. He turned 29 in May, right? And everyone goes, "Whoa, what? Why does everyone want Nainggolan? Because he's 29. Matic is 28. They're actually separated by 2.5 months. Matic is 29 on August the 1st. So before we kick a ball in vain, Matic and Nainggolan will actually be the same age. And you know, Nainggolan compared to Matic is a million miles apart. Now, I've sort of moved the goalpost slightly in the fact that I haven't got a massive problem if we sign Matic, if we sign somebody else as well. If we sign Fabinho and Matic, if we sign Nainggolan and Matic, if we sign Matic and Renato Sanchez, if we sign Matic and Ross Barkley, there are differing pairs that I would quite like, but between the two, my big concern is if we were just to sign Matic. I think that would be ridiculous. You know, we need two midfielders, and Matic, you know, he's not Fellaini. I think that's very unfair to say that, and I know I've said it myself. He isn't Fellaini, but it's the scenario is basically that we need to sign two midfielders. We've had Herrera, we've had Pogba, and then we've had Fellaini or Carrick, and you've got Fosu Mensah as backup that we don't even know if Mourinho really rates him that much or not. So we need to mix it up a bit. And I've said this for a number of weeks now, and if you've been watching the United Stand, you'll know that as well. We do need to mix the two up. We need to add a little bit more depth. I think Andreas Pereira is massive for Manchester United. I think if we just signed Matic, or we just signed Nainggolan, or we just signed Fabinho, I'd be massively encouraged, because I think Andreas Pereira, I don't think a lot of people actually realise what he brings to Manchester United's team. He has been playing for Granada for the last season. They got relegated in a rubbish team, and he's been absolutely fantastic for them. Scored a lot of goals for the position he's been playing, and you know, flawless in many things that he's done. But Manchester United need to be looking in relation to their transfers as to how we improve. What do we do to improve Manchester United? How do we improve Manchester United? And the position's obviously number 9, Morata. What's going on with Morata? I mean, today I didn't really react to it. I know the Twitter account did. I was too busy doing other things. But private jets landing in Manchester, that's been the news today. I mean, what are we on about? What are we talking about when we're talking about private jets landing in Manchester? There are now different opinions about where Morata actually is. Is he in Spain? Is he back in Ibiza having a honeymoon? Different opinions for different situations, but I do believe Morata will sign for Manchester United, and I'm actually very, very comfortable with that. I'm very happy if we sign Morata. and I think he'll be perfect for Manchester United, and he'll be perfect for the Premier League. But what's going on? I mean, we will be back in for Ronaldo. Of course we will. We know that's going to happen. And we know that Manchester United will sign 4 players pretty much by the middle of July. But who them players will be? Perisic is big news at the moment. We've been playing... If we are in for Perisic, we've definitely been playing this game for the last 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks, where we know that Inter Milan have got to play financial fair play of 30 million by the end of June, sorry. So we've been playing a hard bargain. Perisic is worth 35 million max. I've watched Perisic a lot. I'm sure you lot have. Some probably haven't. He's not an uninspiring signing. He's a very good signing, and he probably fits us very, very well in relation to what we need. But the reality is with Perisic is that Inter Milan want something ridiculous. They want 40 or 50 million pounds. We don't want to pay that. We want to pay 35. So we've sort of we've kept it separate to that. We've sort of kept it a little bit different. We've sort of tried to say that, look, we're not going to pay a massive amount of money for him. We want to keep him separate to what they want to pay. And I understand that as Manchester United's point of view, but we've got to be very, very careful in relation to what we do, because if we pay £45 million for Perisic, Stephen Garside says that Perisic has just lost a professional volleyball match with a friend. Well, I don't really give a damn about that. I've got to be honest. I don't care what Perisic does in relation to his friends and playing money, but we don't want to pay 45 million for Perisic. There are other players out there. There's Bernardeschi at Fiorentina. There's Costa, who's still at Bayern Munich, who was meant to be going to Juventus. There are lots of opportunities out there. You could even go as stupid as saying, "Oh, we'd like to sign Oxlade-Chamberlain from Arsenal." Time is running out. As I said a week ago, that there is an egg timer and time is running out, and we've got to be careful about what we do at Manchester United, because we've got to bring the right players in at the right time. But we've got to bring a number 9 in. We've got to bring a centre defensive midfielder in, and we've got to bring a centre back in. Well, we've brought a centre back in. We've done that. We know we have done that, and I'm happy with what we've done there. What we need to do with everybody else is make sure that we sign in the players that are suitable for Manchester United. We also need to get rid of some players as well. Now, I mean, I'm reading some of your comments here. Douglas Costa would be amazing, says Tom Smith. Bernard Hudson says, breaking news, Mark is officially pissed. Well, I'm not. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to drive, let's put it that way. Leave him at Inter, says Jonathan Carlin. He would like him, but can do better, but time is running out. Felipe Anderson, says Gavin O'Donnell. I do like Felipe Anderson. I've got to be honest with you. I do like Felipe Anderson. I've got nothing against him. He's very quick. He is he does put a lot of work in. He can play both sides, but I think Mourinho probably does want to sign Perisic, and whether we can do that deal or not is, I think, it's catch-22 is what do you want? Do you want us to sign Perisic, or do you want us to not sign Perisic? And it does come down to that at the end of the day, because it's like we've clearly spent quite a lot of time trying to sign Perisic from Inter, and we've clearly played hardball, because Perisic, if you believe the rumours, wants to sign for Manchester United. And we want to sign Perisic, but we don't want to sign him for 45 million. And it's very similar to Morata. We want to sign Morata for about 60 million, and Real Madrid want to spend 80 million. And I've always been an advocate, if you've watched United Stand, that we can spend whatever we want. It really doesn't matter how much we spend. We can spend as much money as we want to spend. We are what we are. But also, at the same time, you don't want to overspend. I mean, Liverpool have got Salah from Roma for 35 million. Well, you could argue that Salah potentially is better than what Morata is, and not Morata, Perisic is. And do we want to go down that route of being the team that is overpaying on players and mocking ourselves? Well, it worked quite well with Pogba. I think we killed the Pogba rumour very, very comfortably, didn't we? Everyone said Pogba's not worth what he's worth and nonsense like that. And actually, Pogba, I believe, is one of the best players in world football, comfortably. Perisic may be slightly different to that, but nobody knows at the moment what's going to happen with Manchester United. I'm going to have to close that down. I tell you what, I've been spending ages trying to order some fucking food, and I don't like to swear on the United stand, and I'm doing something while I'm doing live with this with 3,000 viewers, which is bloody ridiculous. So I do tap you on the back for that. Right, I'm going to do some live comments now. This is not good. I should have just ordered my food before I went bloody live. Menez says breaking Matic signs for United, and I'd be ready to jump after a cliff. Mark, 95 million for Lucas Levy, says Ray Hull. Perisic is not exactly the player we should go for. We might as well go for Barkley, says Shrekim Sahul. Well, they're two different players for a start. Perisic is a left winger. Ross Barkley's a midfielder. Vidal would be perfect, but he won't leave, says Hamza. Oh, yeah, we're not going to get Pep. We're not going to get Vidal. He's one of the best midfielders in world football. We should have got him a couple of years ago. Matic has signed. Oh god, this is worrying. I'm gonna have to check this now. I've seen two separate people say this. Good. Nothing official. Nothing official, which is good. Something about Fabinho there. You're an ugly bastard. I don't want to look at you. No, there's nothing official with Matic, which is good. Matic may well sign for Manchester United. I think what concerns me about that deal is that I wouldn't oppose Matic, but if there's any truth in the fact that we're going to sign Matic and let them get Nainggolan, I would be distraught, if I'm totally honest with you. I would not be happy with that at all. Perisic to come in the next 24 hours, otherwise he won't, says Rap Alert. I'd sort of agree with that. I sort of would agree with that. I think Perisic will either happen in the next 24 hours or he won't. Not the next 24 hours. 1st of July. Yeah. 1st of July is Saturday, isn't it? Oh God, 1st of July is Saturday, everybody. 1st of July is Saturday. That means that it's the 1st of July, but it means that we are into July and we've signed one player. Zlatan signed on the 1st of January, if anyone doesn't know that. Oh, a lot of people are saying Matic has signed. I'm going to have to double check this. There's too many people saying it's not true. There's too many people saying it for it not to be true. Let me just check. I'm getting nervous now. You're getting me nervous. You're a bunch of arseholes, a lot of you. You are. I've got nothing on Matic. I don't know why everyone's saying that Matic is signed, because I'm getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Nothing, which is good. They are trolling. I hope so. Not true, mate. They're pulling your leg, Mark, says Gungshi. Well, I don't care. You know, as I said before, it was either go live or don't go live. It's a defining. I think this summer is becoming quite lethargic, isn't it? It's not. It's like we do the transfer news every day at 7 o'clock, and I think 99% of the United Stand viewers understand and actually have more than one brain cell that we are talking about transfer rumours, and they get what we're talking about, and they get that we're talking about the transfer rumours and giving our opinion. And then there's 1% minority who think that we are making the transfer rumours up and saying that we're going to sign Saul Niguez, even though that's not what we were talking about this morning. No, I think that I would take it as a positive that nobody has a bloody clue what Manchester United are doing this transfer summer window. They don't. You look at the transfer news over the last month, and especially if you want to really analyse it, the last week. Monday, we're signing Matic 48 hours. We've not signed him. Tuesday, we're signing Morata within 48 hours. We've not signed him. It is just total nonsense. Nobody's got a clue. And I would take the encouraging side of that is that if you think we've got a chance of signing Dembele, or you think we've got a chance of signing Ronaldo or Bale, or you think we've got a chance of signing Nainggolan, the reality is, as you sit here on this Thursday night, is nobody can tell you you're wrong. Because the reality is, the press that some people listen to and hold up as being credible actually haven't got a bloody clue. They've not been proved right once. Nobody said we were signing Lindelof, apart from, well, we did say it about a week before, and maybe a couple of others did, but nobody really did. Nobody has been right yet in relation to anybody, whether it's Morata, back from his honeymoon to sort a deal out within 48 hours, Perisic will sign by the end of June because Inter need to sort out their financial fair play, Fabinho, £50 million bid, Matic, as I said, 48 hours. None of these things are coming off, and I would take that as an encouraging fact. I think it's quite encouraging. I really do. I think it's encouraging, the fact that nobody has a bloody clue. I don't have a clue. I can say that categorically. I have no clue at this point in time who United are going to sell. And I tell you what, anybody on Twitter who hides behind real accounts, real tabloids, or I'm in the know, bull, BS. No chance. You've got no idea, because nobody does. Because one thing Manchester United are doing this summer is keeping everything close to their chest. I think the Griezmann deal was abundantly clear, and they were going to build a massive marketing thing around it. Number 7, biggest signing of the summer, and he pulled out, and that really pulled the rug from under Manchester United's feet. I think everything they're doing now is very much in-house, very quiet, and nobody's got a bloody clue. But what everybody does have a clue about is, if you say Manchester United are going to sign a certain player, then everyone's going to click on it, and that's what they're doing at the moment. I don't think anyone has a bloody clue, and I think that's quite exciting. Of course, if we sign Mata, we've got Mata already. If we sign Morata, Perisic and Matic, and that's it with Lindelof, then we're all going to be a little bit, we could have done better. And I like Perisic and I like Morata, but I don't think anyone's got a bloody clue what we're up to at the moment. I can't believe for the life of me that we are waiting for Chelsea to sign Nainggolan and Bakayoko so we can sign Matic. That is just sloppy seconds. I can't see that's going to happen. I can't see for the life of me that Morata doesn't want to come anywhere other than Manchester United. But if Real Madrid offered him more football, maybe he would stay there. I can't for the life of me see that Perisic doesn't want to come to Manchester United. But if Inter Milan offered him a load of money, maybe he wants to stay there. And I think that's... Nothing is done until the ink is signed and the shirt is held up. But what I do have total faith in is that Manchester United will sign players this summer, because we cannot trust the squad that we currently have. And Mourinho cannot just go, I've missed out on certain targets, but you know what, I'll stick with what I've got. He can't do that, because we'll be in the same situation as last year. We should put in a cheeky bid for Alexis, says Moshin. Look, I don't think we'll get Alexis Sanchez. He played for Pep Guardiola before. He's under that ridiculous spell as Pep Guardiola. Arsenal will not want to sell British, and I think if he's going to go anywhere in the Premier League, he's going to go to Man City, unfortunately, as much as I would welcome him. Juve are closing in on Bernardeschi while we are wasting time bargaining for Perisic, who we might not get, says Aston K28. I think Bernardeschi was always likely, like Belotti, to stay in Italy, to be unfortunately. Even if we buy Morata, where are the rest of the goals coming from? Says Spartan 23. Well, I've always been an advocate that we should sign 2 strikers. Even if we sign Morata, we've got Rashford and Martial and Bruni who should be sold. We've got no Zlatan. I think we need 2 strikers. Hernandez is available for about £15 million. I would sign him. Fabinho is quality. Matic is crap, says Fortune. Mertens says Justin Schultz. I think he signed a new contract. I don't think we'd get him. Could Ross Barkley become a tenacious central midfielder, says Tyron Williams? Well, as much as I'm a fan of Smalling and everyone has a go at me, I'm actually a fan of Ross Barkley. I think he's got a lot of potential as well. Tox Kazim says, Mike, you sound depressed. I am Mark. I'm not depressed. My throat has gone a little bit, but I'm absolutely fine. Mark has a filthy drunk voice. What a mink, says Hayden Miller. And Mark, you're the best presenter. The United Stands is Cohen. And get some breaking news. Fabinho is quality, Matic is crap, we've said that. We need fast wingers, what are we going to say wide, says Rico. All things football, Howson called me out, I very much doubt it. Anytime. I've got nothing against anybody. I'm not even going to name people, but I've got no time to be calling individuals personal things as easy as it is to call them certain isms. I'm not going to do it. If anybody, if anyone calls the United stand any name, whatever it is, cancerous, shit, whatever, I think we are the only channel that goes live with Skype. If you want to call in, if you want to email us, anybody, let's do it. Let's have a chat about football. I'm more than happy to do it. Not interested in calling us out about anything. In fact, I think if you call me out and you've got your YouTube channel, you've got however many followers, well done, I applaud you. But if you're calling me out publicly but you won't actually do a video about what you want to talk about, you're a bit of a pussy, aren't you, really? I mean, I'm not even calling people out about that. I'm just saying, keep your gob shut, or if you want to go public about it, let's do a video. I'm not going to start calling you whatever you're calling me back. I'm happy to talk about football. That's what the United Stand's all about. We've been down them roads before. No one's interested in fighting. If you want to come on and talk about football, let's do it. Or I'll come on to wherever. Let's talk about football. I'm not interested in, I don't like him. Follow me. Like me. Not interested. Let's just talk about football. If you want to do that, fine. If you don't, keep your mouth shut because you don't want to do it. Fabinho is quality, Matic is crap. Why do I keep drawn into that by fortune? Why do I get pulled into that? You know what? I agree with that comment. It's debatable whether Mark should have gone live tonight. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's probably the most credible comment of the night. Should I have gone live tonight? My craving to always be live with you every night of the week, and the United Stand, we always go live and talk about something. But if I'm totally honest with you, one, I probably shouldn't have done. I'm not at my level. And two, I haven't got anything to report because nothing's bloody happening. Let's be totally honest. That's what the United Stand's about. Being honest, fan opinion. There's bloody nothing going on. People might try and regurgitate it and mould it into this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Let's be honest, on this Thursday night in late June, there is bloody nothing going on. No one's got a bloody clue. How you feel about that is relevant. How you, as United fans, feel about that is totally relevant. Are you happy about that or not? We're about to hit July. We've made one signing. That's the relevant point. But let's be honest with you. No one's got a bloody clue when Morata's signing. No one's got a clue when Perisic is signing. No one's got a clue if we're in for Matic, Nainggolan or Fabinho. And they are the facts. Let's lay it down. On this Thursday night in late June, no one's got a bloody clue. Whether it's in the nose Twitter accounts, in the know tabloids, whatever, nobody's got a bloody clue. And I take that as a positive. I really do. I do. I think, maybe over the last couple of weeks, people have hoped they've had a clue, but at this moment in time, nobody's got a clue. Everyone's been proved wrong. I encourage that because you know what? What I take from that is hopefully, we are in for Nainggolan. Hopefully, we are in for Ousmane Dembele. Hopefully, we are in for Morata. But the reality is, nobody's got a clue. Jin Kazamar has made a contribution. He says, I'm sad enough to ask, do I get a happy birthday? You do get a happy birthday, Jim. You didn't need to make a contribution. In a way, you probably did, so I noticed it. But if I'd noticed it, I would have said, happy birthday to Jim. From everybody in the United Stand. And Sean Atwood's made a contribution. He says, Vidal, Bale, Suarez, get out. Sean, thanks for the contribution. As I've said many times, I'd rather eat glass than sign Suarez. Chazboy Davenport says, Mark Hernandez could be available. I'd be ecstatic. I would love Javier Hernandez at Manchester United. I really, really would. I've been consistent about that. He wouldn't be first choice. He'd have to be happy to sit on the bench. But I would love Javier Hernandez to sign for Manchester United. Silver Max says, glad you went live. I'm not opening Skype. I'm not opening up Snapchat. I'm sorry. I'll do it tomorrow night, but I'm not. Remember, if you like the United stand, I'll whisper it. Drop a like. There's a lot of people disliking us at the moment. They really don't get what it's all about. Do drop a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. This is probably not the most representative video of what we normally do, but it's a choice between whether we go live or whether we're not. So I'm just having a scan of Twitter, and there is nothing in there that I would be happy to quote. Neymar. Oh, I tell you what, you do know, when Ronaldo, Neymar or Bale to United gets mentioned, you know that they're scratching the surface, definitely. But I'm going to bed, Sam. I am going to bed. You're right. You're all right. I had a choice tonight whether I go live or whether I don't. I went live. Many people will say you shouldn't have done it. I think I've been well behaved. I think I've cut down pretty much to the situation that nobody's got a bloody clue what's happening with United. And tomorrow is another day, and I will be back with you lot. And this will be on bloopers, surely. I hope not. I'm going to watch it tomorrow and be embarrassed, but I've tried my best. I've tried to be professional, and I only ever do it because it's very easy to just not do it, and I did it for you lot, and hopefully for those who've watched it, you have enjoyed it, and if you haven't, I apologise, but we try to do a show for you every night. Normally it's very, very good and researched, and if it wasn't tonight, I apologise. Somebody stop me, but nobody can. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'm sort of tired, but I'm still going to order Chinese. Why I couldn't do it while I was live was very annoying, but Lynn has hopefully summed it up perfectly. She says, "You've been fine, Mark, just no flipping news to speak of." Boom. That's the line I wanted to go with. There's bloody nothing going on, and anybody who pretends there is a bloody liar. There's nothing going on. No one's got a bloody clue. And whatever, if people think I've had too much to drink or whatever, I guarantee you this, within the next 4 days, it could be tomorrow, it could be Saturday, could be Sunday, could be Monday, I guarantee you the Ronaldo news will start up again and there'll be nothing to it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know whether I should have done that show tonight. I don't. I want to do it, but I'm in no fit state.